The Maryland Center for the Arts is dedicated to its mission in providing a range of creative and collaborative experiences in quality education, presentations, and exhibits in all disciplines of the arts. Join us in the next 30 minutes as we hear about their upcoming gala, all their fundraising efforts, all the wonderful opportunities they have for everyone in every discipline of the arts, and about the new state-of-the-art facility being built right here in Harford County. I'm Christy Breslin, and this is Harford MagaScene. Carolyn Evans is the board president for the Maryland Center for the Arts. She is here to tell us about all the exciting developments. We're going to have a new state-of-the-art facility right here in Harford County. We are so excited to have you here with us today, Carolyn. And I know that you give so much of your time. You're a volunteer. You also hold a full-time position as an attorney. How do you do it all?
It's a labor of love and it's a passion to bring this art center to the community. It does take a lot of time, but I believe it's time well spent, and it really will serve everyone in the community, regardless of your race, your ethnic background, your social economic status, your party. It's everybody. Everybody really benefits from the arts.
Now, Carolyn, we are so excited that Harford County is going to be the new home for the Maryland Center for the Arts. And from what I understand, it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. Give us the details on that.
When it's fully completed, you can expect that it'll be 42 acres of property, mostly wooded, within which will be contained an arts center, a general-purpose arts center. The second building will be an amphitheater. There'll be an indoor theater, and then finally a building with gallery space and classrooms and such like that. And it's meant to be a regional art center with a regional draw, close proximity to 95. We think it's well positioned, well located to be quite a success.
Now, where exactly will the campus be located, and why was Harford County chosen?
Well, the exact location is near Festival Shopping Center, just outside of Bel Air, about 2 or 3 miles up from 95. And it was chosen because the property was left to the Maryland Center for the Arts by the Emily Baylis Graham Trust for the purpose of constructing a regional arts center. So that's why it's in Harford County, and that's why it is located where it is.
Now, what about breaking ground? Do you know when you'll break ground, and is there any timeline for when it will be completed?
We'll break ground once we have the monies that we need in order to construct the first building. Right now, we are still moving through the approval process. Hopefully, in April, we'll have all the approvals that we need so that if we had the money, we could break ground immediately. But we are in the process of conducting a feasibility study presently, and then we'll move into the actual capital campaign to raise the $6 to $8 million that we need to actually build the community arts center.
Now, how can our community really help to raise the funds? And from what I understand, there will also be a lot of job opportunities and volunteer opportunities as well.
There presently are volunteer opportunities. In June, we'll have a Bluegrass Festival, and we need a lot of volunteers to assist with that. We have the Plein Air Arts Festival in September, October. We need a lot of volunteers to assist with that. Presently, we have the gala going forward. If people want to assist and with helping out with the gala or fundraising, we have 9 dancers who are dancing, who are raising money, and those monies go to fund the operations of the Center for the Arts. And they can certainly go online, support their dancer, or just support the center generally and make a donation on our website.
Now, I know that there's going to be a significant positive economic impact of this exciting project. So tell me about more of what you foresee.
Well, what I foresee is what I think the normal person would foresee. If you come to an evening performance, you're going to want to eat dinner beforehand, so you'll patronize a local restaurant. The people who are performing will be, earning monies, as a result of that performance. The community will be entertained by way of that performance. the Bluegrass Festival and such like that, people will actually come in overnight because the Bluegrass Festival is 2 days, and that's just the first of many such events we anticipate having. And they come and they stay in Harford County, they stay in the hotels, they eat breakfast, they go shopping. So the economic impact truly increases exponentially with more programming and more buildings that the Center for the Arts is able to do.
Carolyn, thank you again so much for taking the time and especially for giving back. And you truly are one very passionate woman, and we're very lucky to have somebody like you.
Well, thank you for inviting us today so that we can share the mission of the Center for the Arts with you. Thank you.
Well, coming up next, we're going to hear more about the fundraising efforts and all the details on this fabulous new facility that's going to be right here in our backyard in Harford County. Stay with us. Bob Willenbrink is the Maryland Center for the Arts Executive Director. We are so excited to have him here today. He is newer to Harford County, and with him he brings experience and so many ideas of what the arts can do for the residents here in Harford County. We are so happy to have you, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Now, Bob, you are newer to Harford County. How did we get so lucky to have someone of your expertise right here in our backyard helping us to build this amazing new facility?
Well, I am the retired dean of the School of Fine Arts, and I really wasn't ready to retire, and I had the opportunity to work with the previous director, Amanda, a little bit, and she moved on, and I inherited the position, I guess is the way to say it.
And you've brought so many exciting programs and events that the center currently hosts throughout the year. So talk about some of those.
Well, we had a great summer. We had a wonderful Bluegrass Festival that featured 8 different bands, and then what I liked a lot, we had a program called Trees, where we brought young people in and they studied trees in the morning, and then in the afternoon created artwork about the trees. And we're going to continue all of that and increase our performances this coming year. COVID has taken thrown the curve into it, but we're planning on having a big band in February. We're working with the African American Museum in Baltimore to bring some African American art here. We want to have a chamber choir and a chamber singers for young people and for adults. We're going to have the Bluegrass Festival again. We're going to do, the kids named it this year, Bugs, Birds, and Beauty.
I like that.
Because they were really intrigued with the bugs, and particularly the caterpillars. They really liked the caterpillars. The ongoing thing that I'm excited about is we're going to start, when it warms up on our property, Sing Out Saturday, where every Saturday night we're going to have a different group or amateurs or people who just want to do open mic sing out and perform for whoever comes to the site. We want people on the site. We've not done much construction, but the Bluegrass Festival was the first performance on the site, and it was beautiful at night particularly. And then we did trees on site, and we did a dance festival on site in August. So we're trying to do more of that to get people to know that that's not just a piece of ground. That's not just the Bear Legacy Trails, but it's a place to gather and perform and enjoy nature and art at the same time because they're intimately linked.
Now, you just mentioned the Bear Legacy Trail. What exactly is that?
The Bear Legacy Trail is a group of trails dedicated to a young man who loved nature. And his parents built some trails through there on the land that's owned by the center. And when the center is built, there will be trails, will continue, just different ones in different locations, but they will continue in there. That's what the Bear Legacy Trails are.
Now, Bob, you had mentioned that it's really something for everybody. So is there something for the younger crowds and the older crowd?
There's things for people of all ages, young and old. Both as participants and as audience members. And we want to bring new and unique acts and groups into particularly central Harford County And we want people to, if they have a suggestion, they can find us online and let me know. I'm open to anything. I'm open to any kind of event that they want to participate in or they want to witness. And that's really, really what we're about. We're trying to build an arts campus, but we build it through programming and knowing, how much programming means to people. And programming brings a lot of money into the region. It's over 14,000 jobs, and the arts contribute over $1 billion a year to the state. So those are the things that are important, and those are the things that we're trying to achieve with the Center for the Arts in Harford County, is that same type of prosperity and enjoyment.
Oh, absolutely. Now, to find out more about the Center for Arts, and you said that you would even like some suggestions.
Suggestions.
So how do we get in touch with you?
mdcfa.org. We also have a Facebook page. We have a web page, and people are more than welcome to contribute to that. We love hearing from people, good and bad. And that's how you formulate and that's how you develop good programming and programming that people really want.
Well, Bob, thanks again for being with us, and thanks for taking the time. And we're so excited to have Harford County be chosen as the place for the new Center for the Arts.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a real joy. And anytime you want to talk about the arts, just let me know. I'd love to talk about them.
Well, we know that you're our guy, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, we're going to hear more about the exciting new developments from the board president. Stay with us. Cynthia Hurricane, of course, is the co-chair for the gala this year. We are so excited about it. It's a good time every year. I know firsthand. Cynthia, we are so excited to have you on board. You are going to be helping us prepare for this wonderful event, and you also have a company of your own that is helping to get us set for the gala.
That's right. Events by I Did It Myself has been involved for many, many years, and we're so happy to work again with all the talented people.
Now, Cynthia, of course, we're gearing up for another exciting Dancing for the Arts gala. So give us the details, when and where.
So, from 6 to 11:30 at the Delta Hotel in Hunt Valley, which you know is formerly the Hunt Valley Inn.
Right.
And so, if you're a sponsor, 6 o'clock is the time to be there. We suggest black tie because it's a fabulous event, and everybody looks fabulous in black tie. Starts at 6:30 for those of you who don't want to ante up to be a sponsor, but we're really excited to have you. We start with cocktails, fun things in the lobby, and then on to a fabulous dinner.
Oh, it's always a good time. I know firsthand. And I know that you have a co-chair this year. So tell me about your co-chair and how long you both have been involved.
Dear Dr. Mary Teddy Ray is a dentist. And so even though it's not a great weather day, she has patience today. She has done this for the entire time that the Center for the Arts has been doing dancing. And she is very, very involved. She's an excellent dancer. However, I've been involved probably for 10 years. I think Mary Teddy's been involved maybe 13 years. So we are a really good team. Sometimes I'm available when she's not, but we have all the dancers to communicate with and all the time. And we bring different things to the table, but we're a good team together.
Now, this year's theme, what can we expect?
Well, if you know the ABBA songs, everything is about Mamma Mia.
Oh, I love Mamma Mia.
We couldn't be any happier because every single song, you know the words to, it's upbeat and it's just fun watching the choreography.
Now, Cynthia, is there a certain amount of money that each dancer needs to raise?
Well, when we meet with the dancer, we encourage them that $10,000 is what we would like to have them raise. We do get supplemental funding, but we do pay for their dance lessons, and we like them to be able to contribute. Now, everybody who is dancing comes from a different walk in life. They're all over the region. Not everybody is from Harford County nor works in Harford County. So we really think that we're pulling from a lot of the metropolitan area because we're a metropolitan art center, not just Harford County.
These dancers work so hard for this event. So how much time do each one of them really need to dedicate to the cause?
So they're choreographed with private lessons from Dancing with Friends. They're partnered with one of the Dancing with Friends instructors, and they actually get to dance by themselves because we videotape them and they go home and can practice. So I would think everybody spends 20 hours a week to practice. It's fun, and they all want to do the very best that they can.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. Now, you've received a lot of support from the community. Sponsors, who are the sponsors, and do you have any more lined up?
So we have just started out with our sponsor notification and ask. We do have some fabulous sponsors already on the book. Bravada Information is one of our big sponsors this year. We have some sponsors that we're working with, and we think by the time that we hit March, you'll be able to go to the website and see all the fabulous sponsors. Some of them are from Harford County, but obviously from outside the region. We have wonderful media sponsors. We have Harford TV, we have WBAL, we have MPT TV, we have I-95 MagaScene. And so with those media sponsors, you'll know exactly every one of our sponsors. And it really doesn't matter, large or small, every bit helps.
Now, Cynthia, what about tickets? Are they available to the public as of now?
Tickets are available online, MarylandCenterForTheArts.org, and you can support any of the dancers with your ticket purchase. Their pictures are all online, so you can just go and click on one of their pictures and buy tickets right then and there. You can also buy sponsorships right then and there. You can reach out anybody online, and we would be happy to help you. Even if you have an idea for a sponsorship, we'd love to talk to you.
Cynthia, thank you again. We're going to make sure that everybody is out there and getting ready to attend the event, get their tickets, and what better cause, right?
Absolutely. We are so grateful to the community because the Center for the Arts is going to be such an enrichment to everybody in the area.
Well, coming up next, we're going to speak to the owner of Dancing with Friends Studio to find out more about the training and everything that our participants have to do to get prepared to showcase themselves at the big Maryland Center for the Arts Gala. Stay with us. Tom Resnicki is the owner of Dancing with Friends Studio. He is, as you can see, quite a character. And not only that, but he takes these people from Harford County and turns them into these wonderful dancers, all while raising money for the Maryland Center for the Arts. Tom, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Tom, of course, I want to know about the Dancing with Friends Studio.
Honestly, Dancing with Friends is a place where anyone at any level can come learn to dance, from beginner level, never dance, we want 2 left feet, all the way up to world-class competition dancers. And we do it all, one-stop shop. But we primarily focus in Harford County on beginner dancers. I just want to come out and try to learn to dance, basic moves.
Well, I know that you have, you're a professional, top of your field. How did you get involved with the Maryland Center for the Arts? How did we get so lucky?
Well, it started out years ago, I guess 11 years now. It seems so fast. There was a small group of community activists that wanted to create a Center for the Arts. And it came to me and they discussed the general idea of a show, but they really didn't know how to put it on or what to do. So our studio helped step up and said, well, we can do this show, kind of a format like Dance with the Stars, but different. We kind of do a theme each year, it seems like. And we really don't as much put the dancers against one another as try to produce a show that gives you a good feeling overall and showcases all the dancers the best we can, instead of making it less about competition and more about achieving a goal.
Now, Tom, obviously, to get somebody to learn a dance like this and to become good at it and perform it, how much training is required?
Oh, there's training? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we give it, believe it or not, it's not as much as people think. The hard part about this is everybody that contributes time in this show has busy schedules usually. So they're the people they want to be involved with the show. The problem is training. And what we do is we usually do 1 or 2 sessions a week, and we max out about 20 to 25 sessions. So these people you see performing, not only are they only doing about 25 lessons or less, they're also doing it with a week apart. So by the time you do the 2 hours, you have 7 days to forget what you just learned. So these people are just phenomenal. They step up to their game. We put themselves out there. We dress them up, and then we throw them out in front of hundreds of people when normally these people maybe public speak, but they don't dance in front of people. And on camera, the suit. So it's great. It's a great experience for everyone. And it's a great group of people. It's an alumni that's unique in Harford County. And all the people here are just, you never forget the experience. Let's put it that way.
And that is what I've heard from so many people that have done this. But my
In a
question,
good way, right?
In a very good
okay,
way,
just clarify.
of course,
We're
a
on camera,
very
right?
good
Okay.
way. Now, what about the songs? Did they get to pick the songs, or do you pick the songs? How does that
Oh,
work?
that's a good question. You caught me on that one. So each year we have a theme. So what happens is you're usually limited by that theme. So we get as much input from the dancers as we can. We have an idea of what we want for a variety for the show. We don't want 7 cha-chas.
Right.
Well, it might make a cool show. But if there are more than one of the genre, let's say 2 cha-chas, they don't look alike at all. We do something totally different. So each dancer brings something different to the table. But we usually get them involved and say, would you like to do, what do you see yourself as? The beautiful lady doing enchanting waltz, or hot and sassy cha-cha, whatever. A lot of times we choose something totally different than what the public sees that person as, and it makes it challenging for them, and also great for the audience, because a lot of times they'll sell tables to supporters and they'll go, holy mackerel, was that person? I never thought they had that in them. And that's what makes it so unique, challenging the person.
Now, one thing, do you have to have any dancing skills to participate, or can you teach people like me that have zero experience?
Well, I hope you don't have any skills if you come here. It takes longer, like the Marines, to beat you down to get you to relearn. If you have 2 left feet, we want you to do the show. It's an experience you'll never forget, because most people come in here, the first 5 hours we convince them they can do it, and they can. It's a wonderful experience. We teach you choreography, really not how to dance. So you're really coming in, and we're going to teach you a show, and you memorize the show. We drill, we put you out there. We're going to tell you where you're facing, what you're doing, what your timing is, and we make you look like a dancer for those 1.5 to 2 minutes on the floor.
Tom, thanks so much. It's always a good time. I've danced with you before, and it's an experience I'll never forget.
Thank you. You still like me.
I absolutely do. And coming up next, we're going to speak to some of the dancers that are participating in this year's gala. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. I am so pleased to introduce one of our celebrity dancers, Catherine Kelly of the Kelly Group. Catherine, thanks for being with us, and we are so excited to have you involved, and I personally can't wait to see you out there on the dance floor.
Oh, thank you very much. We look forward to going. Yes.
Catherine, what made you decide to become a dancer for this particular event?
Well, I was asked by Cynthia and Mary, and as you know, it's very hard to say no to them.
It's impossible.
Impossible to say no to them. And then at first I was a little intimidated about doing this, but then I just thought about all the people that are behind this, and they're very dedicated to bringing a center to the county and all this stuff. So I figured, well, I'm kind of out of my league, but I'll give it a try.
Now, how did your company first get involved?
Well, I think we're lucky enough to live in a community that does give back. We have a lot of leaders, a lot of small business people that are really get behind a good cause. And I think the Maryland for the Center for the Arts is a great cause. And I think to be able to open it up to an even bigger venue, I mean, we're not only going to be providing the arts for Harford County, but people are going to be coming from other counties as well. And I think it's just a great cause. And that's why people are willing to get involved.
Now, what are you most looking forward to?
What am I learning my dance and learning it right.
And can you tell me a little bit more about your personal fundraising efforts?
There's always all different ways you can help fundraise through raffle tickets, sponsorships, tickets, donations. Each dancer is going to have an event that you can come to and help them support them individually. There's going to be lots of opportunities to help the Maryland Center for the Arts for this gala.
Catherine, thank you again. We know you're going to get so much support from the community, and I just can't wait to see you out there with all those wonderful dance moves and the costume and the theme. It's going to be a great event, so thank you for giving back.
Oh, thank you, Christy.
And coming up next, we're going to speak to another one of our celebrity dancers and maybe see some dance moves too. Stay tuned. Janet Grenther is one of our celebrity dancers. She's a real estate consultant as well with Cummings and Company, and she is here to tell us about her experience and, more importantly, why she got involved, why it is so personal to her. Janet, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, Janet, from what I understand, this is not your first year at trying your hand at Dancing for the Arts. Give me a little bit more information about your journey and how you have come back around pretty much full circle.
Yeah, so I was asked to do it for the year COVID, and so I started that journey and was excited to be moving along, and partway through the experience, we were shut down. So we were really bummed about that. I kept practicing, thinking, like everybody did at the beginning, this is just for a week, this is just for 2 weeks. So I continued to practice on my own, and as time went by, it got delayed, it got pushed back, and then we just knew we weren't going to be able to do it at all. So I was really disappointed in that aspect. I had raised a very large amount of money, which was very exciting, but I really wanted to do the dance portion. So last summer, Carolyn invited me to come back, and I wasn't sure. I really couldn't respond right away because business was very, very busy. As you imagine, real estate's been really active and busy, so I wasn't sure if I could do it. And I just made room in my schedule because I knew that it was something that I was just excited about being able to do, so I wanted to get back to it. So I'm just excited to be here again.
Now, do you have any prior dance experience, or is this new for you?
This is completely new for me. I have absolutely zero. I enjoy dancing. I go to a lot of galas and I dance there just for fun, but absolutely no training dancing whatsoever. So this is a completely new thing for me.
Now, are you excited about the prospect of getting up and performing in front of a crowd?
So I'm excited about that. I am. I'm used to speaking in front of a crowd, but not really used to dancing or performing in any way. But I think it's going to be exciting. And he just does such a great job. He makes you feel very comfortable. And I certainly practice enough that it's just something that I'm really going to be looking forward to doing.
Now, why did you decide to dance and support Maryland Center for the Arts? I know that you had a personal reason for this.
I do this really to honor my father's memory. The arts were very important to my dad growing up. He always exposed me to various musical entertainment as well as live theater that I would go to all the time when I was a child, and it's just something that was important to him. He was very involved in the Center for the Arts, actually the Arts Commission in Havre de Grace, bringing music to that area. My dad was an acoustical engineer, and sound was really, really important to him, and they invited him to help at the Sydney Opera House when he was in Australia on other business. They found out he was there, asked him to come and help because they were having some trouble with the sound in that opera house before they opened. So he got involved with that. And it's just something that's important to him. And I'm a daddy's girl, always will be. And I just want to honor his memory.
Janet, thank you again. This is such a great experience. And for what you're doing, all the money that you're raising for this wonderful facility, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Now we have a special treat. Janet has allowed us to take a look at her and Tom in action. So let's see what they're all about.
Every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents.
Now, if you would like to learn more about all the exciting opportunities the Maryland Center for the Arts offers to our Harford County residents, you can visit them at mdcenterforthearts.org. I'm Christy Breslin. We'll see you next month on Harford MagaScene.